Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to Donkey Kong 64. Previously, we took care of everything there is to do in the production room, and I do mean everything. I was expecting to clear all of that up in one video. That was very impressive and surprising on my part. Today, we're gonna do a little bit more in Frantic Factory before we probably will visit Drop and Scoff again to handle with the boss battle opening shenanigans. First things first, we can see on the left side, there's this room we never entered. That's because I forgot how to get there. Up until recently when I was editing a past episode, all we had to do was go right. Go right and go up this tunnel. I don't know why I didn't go up this sooner. Probably because I thought the way to get there... Ooh, banana fairy. Probably because the way I thought to get to that room we saw was hidden in another part of the level, but it turns out it was a lot closer than I realized. Also, this banana fairy is invading my privacy like nobody's business. That's not very wise, and it's still doing it. Need to get enough distance so I could get a snapshot of this banana fairy. Unlike the one we saw previously, this was moving pretty fast, so just wait till it stops, and then that's the moment to take your shot. You may have heard the banana fairy actually giggling when we were in the testing department room before. I, again, didn't remember where it was at the time. But we got that squared away, and now we gotta take care of this. Right before I get this balloon first, and that's the last of DK's bananas in this level, too. And some coins here as well. 33 of those things. Trust me, you're gonna need those for the levels ahead when it comes to this game. Trust me, you'll be thankful for that. You have a lot of coins on hand right now. So this is pretty simple. Just pound down the tiles in order of number, and you'll get the prize for this room. It's pretty clear what the prize will be once you do clear up said room. The main trick here is that the game tries to fool you by showing different colors for the order. So I think this is 6. Yep, upside down 9 is 6, and the other way around is an actual 9. Then 8's next. That's the main gimmick this room tries to fool you is with the colors. Just remember the order of numbers and you'll be fine. So it's 12, so you can see 12 is green and 13 is also green. That's how they try to trick you up. Like I said before, it's not that hard to decipher. So with 12 seconds left, we got all the tiles pounded down. And no big surprise, it's another golden banana. And that's DK's third one this level. Now there's only one more golden banana we can get before we go back to Stein to turn in all the remaining blueprints we have on hand before we go see the boss. And up until now, I'll admit I was having a fun time with Frantic Factory. I mentioned at the start of our time in this level that I have a love-hate relationship with this level. Mainly because when I was younger, I would often get lost in this place because so many of the level design would feel just so samey to me. Up until I got older and I learned that the rooms are actually segmented pretty well. So with experience, I learned that Frantic Factory isn't that complicated of a level to play through. So what we have to do now is to head back to this room. If you remember, this fence held a mini game here at one time where we were chunky. We go over here. This is where the DK arcade quote-unquote Easter egg, like I said before, laid. Well, turns out we can actually play this game. And this is where the hate part of the love-hate relationship I have with Frantic Factory comes into play. At least 90% of it. This isn't just an Easter egg. Like I said, we can actually play this game. This is the classic 1981 arcade game of yesterdecade. Or should I say yestermillennium. If you know any bit of video game history, you know that this was a pivotal thing in Nintendo's history, as this was the way that they found their footing in the gaming industry so long ago. Of course, this is where Mario debuted as Jumpman, and Pauline, not Peach, the original damsel in distress, was called Lady at the time. So if you've seen this game before, like any parody of it, then you basically know how this goes down. Just climb to the top of the platform and get to rescue the aka damsel in distress, Pauline or Lady, whichever name you prefer, without getting pelted by any hazards along the way. Ooh, that was close. The main trick here is to try and determine where the barrel's gonna go when you climb up the ladders. First stage is not that hard to do. The screens in this game are actually labeled in by certain names given by players over the years. The first we went through was called barrels. This is called the factory or the pie factory. The first two levels are kind of easy to get through with a little bit of practice. I say that as I touch the pie and die. Unfortunately, you only get one life to your name in this game, so once you do die, and trust me, you will die, it will happen a lot, then you have to pull the lever and play the game all over again. Imagine me when I was about 14 years old, and I had to play through this over and over again on the N64. It was very, very annoying at dying so many times trying to get through this. The reason why I'm playing this is that it's not an optional thing you have to do. In fact, it's very, very vital that you do beat this game because there's a collectible at the end of this game that you have to acquire in order to get through the final level in the game. You wouldn't think so if you were playing this just for the heck of it at the time and somehow managed to beat this game on your first go, or not having that many tries to it, but it is an required prerequisite, I suppose, that you do need to obtain this certain collectible from this game to gain access to a portion in the final level. It is a very annoying thing that you wouldn't think so when you were playing this for the first time, or just never beat this game, but it is an actual thing you need to accomplish, and it's, like I said, very annoying. So I'll give this a few honest tries to see where things go from here, but I do have a workaround that will let me get through this arcade game if I'm taking too long. I can get to the first two. Once again, I just jinxed myself doing that. I was about to say, I can get through the first two screens no problem, given the years of practice I've had with this arcade game. It's the other two screens that I'm going to be very worried about, especially the third one. That one might be the most hated level out of all of the screens in this game. Don't let any pies get in my way. I saw it! I knew the pie was coming, and I died again. Every time I just tip the toe on the crust of the pie, and I end up dying. It happens every time! So before we do start with the montage cutting thing, I want to talk a little bit about DK's background, not like as a character in the game, but some history that relates to the ape himself. A long time ago, Universal Studios tried to sue Nintendo because they thought DK looked very similar to King Kong. In the end, Nintendo won this case. Ironically enough, the judge said that the Tiger King Kong video game that was licensed by Universal claimed that it was infringing on the DK property. Nintendo's lawyer that won this case is named John Kirby, and yes, that is where Kirby got his name from. He was also awarded a sailboat as a result of his efforts, which was called the Donkey Kong of all things. Na 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 na. Dear Lord, I hate that opening so much. Only because I've had to listen to it over and over again when I had to beat this game for the very first time many years ago. I honestly have nothing against the music in this arcade game. It's just because I had to play this so many times that it's ingrained in my mind, and not for the better. Objectively speaking though, the music in here for the time is pretty good. the fireballs out of the way. Every time with the pie! I always tip my toe at the pie and I end up dying. I swear I can get through the factory no problem. I'm not sure why I'm having so much difficulty with it this time. Ah, crap. I knew that the barrels would fool me one of these days. Aw, get there, get there, get there, get there. Come on, Mario. Work those glutes! Ah! Man, every time the pie gets me when I least expect it. You know, I've never had pie in my life, and me losing in that factory over and over again isn't gonna help matters to the day that I actually do taste pie for the very first time. Oh, come on! Mario, it was your heel that touched it. You should have cleared that jump. I don't care what anyone says. Mario should have cleared that 100%. I wonder if this scene was played out nowadays. Would anyone get riled up over how Pauline was handled? At least in this opening scene? Like the game shows, but doesn't outright state that when Pauline's rear end is showing at the camera, there's a white space in between where her dress is, so that's kind of implicating that it's showing an upskirt shot of Pauline. Makes you wonder if that had played out nowadays, how many people would be up in arms over that? I don't mean to get all controversial here, it's just a thought I just had when I was playing through this over and over again. Come on, come on, come on. Don't let a pie get to me. Oh, I got to the ladder. Alright, just gotta make sure the DK moves. Excellent. Finally, we're on the third screen. This one is called Elevators at 75 meters. And this is the one I hate the most. You can see how tough it would be to platform through here. Just so you know, fall damage is a thing that existed back in the day. If you fall at any height, and I do mean any height, you will die. But that's not even the worst of it. Gotta jump over there. Avoid the, I guess, Podoboo that's chasing you. Go down. Ooh, that's close. Just gotta avoid the fireball that's chasing you around. Good. Got that platform. I thought I was gonna be too high and fall down to my death there. Now, this is the part that I hate the most. I remember this wallaby so much when I was beating this game the first time around many years ago. I learned, though, that little pogo thing falls at different spots. It alternates between two places. So go now. Ooh, that was close. I should have waited a second longer there. That would have been the smart move. Gotta wait. Uh-oh. Time's running out. Gotta move fast. That fireball's not helping matters, though. It's my butt. Ooh. No! Ah! I didn't realize that the time limit was going down. Oh yeah, by the way, there is a time limit to this game too. If the bonus thing runs out, then you just have a heart attack and die. As if there wasn't enough ways to die in this game already. You know, two things come to mind now that I'm looking at this scene with DK pulling the lever. One, how is he tall enough to actually play the arcade cabinet? Because the cabinet looks like it's a lot taller than DK actually is. I'm pretty sure if DK himself was scaled a little bit bigger, then he would actually reach the buttons and use the controls. The second point I want to allude to is, where is Cranky in all this? You figure he would just pop over DK's shoulder while he's playing through this and just berate him about how kids these days have it easy with gaming, and back in his day, when he was the main villain of this game and not the actual DK we're playing as today, that this is where real men or real apes or players would actually handle challenges in gaming and not how gaming is today. I don't know if I'm making sense. I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure Cranky would have like an old senior moment go of, you kids don't know how good you have it these days. Back in my day, games were as hard as nuts back then. I should know, because I lived through it. I'm pretty sure that would happen if Cranky was anywhere near close to DK when this was happening. Come on, go, 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 go! Yes! Okay, attempt number 2 at elevators. I think the scary part here is just to get through the first platform. He says as he missed the jump completely and falls to his doom. Ah, brother. You would think I'd sound a lot more angry at this point, since I've been playing this for like, now, almost over 20 minutes. But I know how hard this is. I felt the rage many, many moons ago. I'm not surprised it's taken me this long for the struggle to kick in. Wow. I totally got scared by that barrel coming towards me. I didn't get to the ladder fast enough. How in the world is DK Senior, aka Cranky, strong enough to bash all those rafters like that? Man, back in his day, Cranky must have been like swole to the gills if he's able to pull that off. And once again, Mario falls to the greatest danger of man, that is pie. How did that count? That should have counted. Why did that jump count? Ah, a little too close for comfort, but not enough room to pull out the last jump I needed. Ooh, cutting it closer again. Almost got run over by a barrel. Hey, I jumped over a pie for once. Excellent. Mario's finally getting over his fear of getting demolished by pies. Only just to succumb to another one. You know, I'm pretty sure Mario isn't really that down about getting run over by pies over and over again. At least when he loses, he'll have a comfort snack to content himself with whatever he does lose at the pie factory. Whoa. That barrel coming down almost crushed Mario's skull in. Like on the very edge, it was close, so close to smushing its brains. Once again, Mario gets a footful of pie and that causes him to collapse. Wait for that pie to get over. I make my move. Uh-oh. Ooh, got over. Slowly but surely, Mario's getting over his fear of drowning in pie. Don't want to go too high, otherwise I'll fall down because the ladder isn't there. Alright, we're finally back to elevators. Hopefully I can make the first jump this time and not take too long. This does look intimidating, I'll say that. Ooh. Get over, just get through, just jump. Gotta judge this accordingly. Run. Run! Ooh, good. Hopefully that fireball doesn't get in the way too much. Now, hurry up. Ah, come on! Ah, I should have waited a little longer. I really hate that part. That always terrifies me. Even though I know the pattern and know that I should wait depending on where that elevator thing is falling, still, it petrifies me so much. Okay, it's been about 40 minutes since I've been stuck in this game. I'm not surprised it would take me this long. So, it's time to fall back on my insurance policy. In other words, I'm gonna cheat. Surprise, surprise, I've been playing this version of the Wii U the whole time. So, if you want an easier time to get through this, I recommend abusing the restore point system that you have on the Wii U. Trust me, it's not going to be the last time you'll need this. In fact, if you want to complete this game, I highly recommend you play the Wii U version. Because there's certain points in this game, for certain bananas, that the game makes it so unfair that you won't be able to get a banana, like, fairly. So, when in doubt, just use that to your advantage. You might feel scummy about it, but if you want to go for 101%, trust me, it's very helpful. It will save you a lot of sanity in the long run. I love how that I'm using the restore points now that I got through the Pie Factory level with little to no problems. Figures. The one time I will actually fall back on my insurance policy, and I got through the level that walled me the most so far, which doesn't usually happen. Will the same be said for elevators, though? That's the big question. That might be too late! Oh, wow, I got through it! Okay. Now, this is the tough part. Just gotta determine how it's gonna bounce. I thought I was moving right then and there. Come on. Let's make a sprint for it. Oh my god, we're at the final level already! Okay, let's not use the restore point yet, because this one I'm capable of doing, at least I feel so. The final screen of this game is called Rivets. The point of this is to jump over all the rivets you see on screen without getting assaulted by one of these fireball duck things. I actually don't know the official names of them. And quite frankly, I don't want to know. Uh-oh. Ooh, that's getting a little too close for comfort there. I got ganged up and almost got cornered. Oh, don't go back down, go back down! Oh, okay, now it's getting tough. This is the kind of a heart-pounding adrenaline action that I was expecting to go through. Don't want to waste too much time, of course, because that bonus time will run out before I know it. So I gotta make haste, but also calculate where I go accordingly. Don't be afraid to use the hammer? Oh, because it was behind me, that's why. Well, at least I earned enough points to get an additional 1-up. So if you're good enough to reach this far, congratulations, you will have a bit of a reprieve. But don't take that for granted. You've seen how difficult this game can be if you're not used to this kind of 8-bit action of yester-millennium. Oh, whoa! Thought I fell down there. Don't get too close to DK, even though it doesn't look like you can actually touch DK. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Get away. Get away. Go back down. Don't timer scam me. You were just waiting there so your buddy could get me. That was actually really smart by the AI. Well, the good news is, I got a restore point, so I'm gonna use it. I don't care that I'm actually doing this, because I have legitimately beat this before on the N64 so long ago, like I mentioned already. So I don't feel the tiniest bit of guilt of having to do this. I just love that how the one time I decided to initiate my little backup plan, that I got through the 2 levels I was fearing the most, or the ones that were walling me the most, on the first shot. That LP curse is really something, you know. There we go. I figured out the last part, you just gotta tiptoe the first 2 times when the elevators are approaching you, and then speak a mad dash for the last bit when you are past the second elevator at the top of the elevator screen. Okay, now let's see if we can handle rivets a little better this time. Even though I have an extra 1-up to my name now, I'm not gonna take that for granted like I said before. Good. Just 2 more rivets and I'll be in the clear. These guys actually be really nice to me. They're crowding up the lower section for the most part, and that's gonna be their undoing, as well as DK's. And he clocks his head at the bottom, deservingly so. True love wins the day in the end, like it always does, at least in fairy tales. What should I put down? Let's just go D, K, so not P. Let's see. DKZ, because why not? I don't care. I got nothing clever to come up with that. I just want to get that done. And for our efforts, we got the next golden banana. But that's not all. Ah, now you've warmed up, how about trying to win a unique special prize by completing it again? Just 2 coins to play again, Brock! And this is the mandatory prize that you'll need. What's even worse is that now you gotta pay up to actually play the game this time, which is such a ripoff if you ask me. The prize that you'll get now that you completed the arcade game the first time around is that little emblem. That is the Nintendo coin. And like I mentioned before, I saw a little bit of a layering there between DK's head and the coin. You need to beat the game again because that coin is mandatory to get through the final level. And I just got clobbered by the very first barrel that came my way. I'm gonna use the restore point after a little bit, but I guess I'll give this like a few honest tries just to burn some of my coins. It's not. Either Squawk is lying or I pressed the lever fast enough that the game didn't actually count my coins going down that time. That was weird. Also, I thought we'd get an extra life because of that 2 icon at the top right corner. No, you still have 1 life to work with. So it makes you wonder, why is that 2 over there different now than it was before? Maybe it's like a different version thing? It's kind of like similar to Legend of Zelda with its own second quest thing. Is that it? I don't know. It's a weird change and it doesn't do anything in the long run. I'm pretty sure this is a harder version of the arcade game we're playing through right now. The barrels are coming down faster, that's for sure. Ooh, got over 2 of those when they were bunched together. Oh, come on! Once again, Mario's head gets smushed by the nearest barrel. I was getting close to the top, too. Ah! This is definitely a harder version. There's a lot more barrels coming down than last time. Okay, the game is either lying or I am pressing the lever fast enough that it's not counting my coins down. Was Squawks lying about that before? I'm not sure. To be honest, I've completed DK64 on the Wii U the most because of the restore points. So, I always end up paying 2 coins and just abuse the restore point system whenever I was going for the Nintendo coin. So I don't really know for sure if what Squawk says is actually true. I'm just inputting the buttons fast enough that it's not counting my coins going down. Maybe it's just for the second time that we need to play through it, and that's about it. Maybe that's it. Probably the reason why my coins isn't getting counted down is because that they know that people would have a hard time playing through this the second time around if they did beat the first time. So my theory is that you only have to pay just the 1 time and the rest of subsequent attempts you have with this game are for free. There's a lot more pies crowding up the lower sector now. Let's go over there. Oh, here goes 1. Yes, got through it. Let's jump through. Awesome. We're at the second one now. Well, at least the third one. Back to elevators. Oop. Oh no! Ah! I was so proud of that jump too. And then I hesitated. 2. All for it! Oh, come on! Oh, that's the worst feeling ever. Hey, at least I get an extra life out of it. Sweet. Bad news is the back at the very beginning of the stage. At least the extra life kicked in a lot earlier than I thought it would. And I jumped too high again. No extra life. No extra life. 1, 2. Go, 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 go! Yes! Didn't get sniped this time. Creating that just in case. Because I know I'm gonna fail at this, even though I have 2 lives now. Ain't gonna take the chance. I'm sure if you're diligent enough, you can get 3 lives out of this, if that's possible at all. Highly doubt it though. I'm pretty sure there's some uber veteran of the gaming scene that would get a lot of points that could get like more than 2 lives at best. I'm sure there's people out there that are crazy skilled at this that can beat this with very little problems, as opposed to me, who grew up in the generation of 3D gaming that does have a lot of problems when it comes to 2D games. He says as he clears the rivet sea with no mistakes at all. I think it's just elevators that's my big weakness. I always have a lot of trouble with that, especially with the ones that are falling down onto your head. On the bright side, we did crack the top 5 again. Um, of honor of Cranky, we'll put his initials in. Let's see, C-R-K for Cranky Kong. In honor of the first Donkey Kong of this entire franchise, we'll name a score after him. I'm pretty sure he'll like that if it was first place, but he should take what he can get. He should be lucky if honoring him at all. At least we finally have the elusive Nintendo coin at long last. That was the thing that was walling me for so long when it came to beating this game. It took me such a long time to get it. And I remember being very happy that I finally did acquire that coin. Believe it or not though, that's not the only unique coin that we'll need to procure when it comes to beating this game, or at least getting through the final level. What is this other unique item that you need that I'm talking about? Well, we're not getting to that yet because we actually can't get to the thing that we can challenge for in order to get that item, at least not at this point. So before we wrap things up for today, I think we're gonna go make one last visit to Snide and turn in the remaining blueprints. That way we'll go right to the boss in the next episode with no distractions in sight. And that's 56 golden bananas in our possession. And since we haven't checked the screen in a while, let's find out what the blueprints are looking like. Wow. We still have a long way to go. We barely filled halfway through the screen. We're making progress though. We're making progress. And that should be everything we can finally get in Frantic Factory. Let's check the overall totals and see where things stand. Completed, completed, completed. Oh, I think I know where those are. And I think I know where those are too. Those should be back at the beginning of the level if I'm correct. So we can get to those once we're done with the boss. And if there are any other extraneous collectibles that we haven't got our mitts on yet, then we'll just make a mental note of getting those too after we beat the boss of Frantic Factory. So next time, we're gonna visit Troffenskoff and go turn in our bananas to see what the next boss of Frantic Factory is like, as Lanky continues to play with his orange grenades. But they never come back down because your guess is as good as mine at this point. It's been an hour since I've been going after this because of the DK Arcade game, so I want to wrap this up right now. Like I said, next time, boss fight. Until we meet again, farewell for now.